It's a real shame that they had to shut down the swamp for Taylor Swift's wedding.
Yeah.
Really would have liked to explore this level.
If you listen close, you can hear the sounds of New York.
What is that? The sounds of the angry mob that's approaching our facility we used to record.
Oh.
I can hear them sharpening the pitchforks in the distance.
Oh, jeez.
No, don't piss off a Swiftie.
I know. Trust me, I know. If there's anything you don't do, it's piss off the Swifties.
Yeah.
But I don't mind because I don't care for her. So. I just like, okay. All right. Anyway, welcome back, everybody. Maybe we don't start off by immediately just shitting on something.
Yeah.
But welcome back to Spyro.
We finished Wizard's Peak.
No, it's Magic Crafters.
Magic Crafters.
Wizard Peak is just one of the world or one of the areas that you go to, but Magic Crafters is the world.
We finished Crafters Peak.
Get it right.
But yeah, we're back with more Spyro.
More Spyro.
Joe is continuing his adventure of getting, it was 120%.
Yeah.
Is the thing for Spyro 1?
Yeah, I believe it's 120. Yeah, I think weird percentages for these games. It's like if you do a completionist of all three of them, it's like 333% or something like that.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense, but whatever.
Yeah, the percentages doesn't make sense. I think there's a few games that do that. I feel like Donkey Kong does that.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Does Mario do that?
Mario might do that. I know Symphony of the Night comes to mind because you can get like 200% or some weird number.
Really?
It depends on the route that you take.
Oh, okay.
Because you can get two different endings, and if you do one ending, you don't get the section where you flip the castle all around, where you do that whole section. Yeah. So you can't get you can get up to a max of like 100%, but you can't go higher than that unless you do that.
But I only go up.
You only go up. You only go up.
I only go up.
But in that one, though, when you go down, you're still going up. Oh. Because it's inverted.
Huh.
That's how they get you.
Huh.
Sometimes, if you want to go up, sometimes all you have to do is just flip your perspective.
That must be what Sony's doing.
Yeah, that's what Sony's doing right now. They're trying to be, they're learning from the Microsoft rule book that is piss off everybody so that nobody's left to piss off.
I'm telling you, I'm calling it right now. PS6, total flop.
Yeah.
When that PS6 drops and there's no disc drive, I'm telling you what, I ain't buying a PS6.
I mean, nobody's going to be able to afford a PS6.
True.
At this rate. But, yeah, it's bad. We were talking about it in the last episode, but watching you play Spyro here has brought up some conflicting memories. Because, I don't know, it's making me think of the Sony of old and how everything used to be great.
Right.
And now everything is just kind of a shit fest. To the point where I read a thing this morning when I was, getting up and getting ready. But I guess even like Microsoft is like looking at their Xbox, and like there's a rumor going around that they're going to try to intentionally keep a disk drive on the new Xbox just to try to get one over. Mm-hmm. I still don't think that's going to help them. But
no.
It is kind of ironic that we're getting into a position again where Microsoft is using Sony's tricks now to try to turn the tides.
Yep.
Which seems to happen like every other generation, it seems.
Damn it. I had 6-7.
Yeah, it's a choice. I think it's especially like a crazy choice for them to do this, like, because they made this announcement. Choice. They made this announcement like not even that long after they killed like their online movie service.
Oh yeah,
for the PlayStation, and basically told everybody that's like, well, I spent like thousands of dollars on like movies and TV shows on the service. Like, what happens when you kill this thing? It's like, well, get fucked.
Yeah, you just lost your movies.
Yeah, it's all gone. All the money that you spent, it's gone.
It's gone.
And then for them to come out and say like, well, the next console is going to be digital only, and we're going to stop making these discs right after they did that is like, that's kind of
it's crazy.
It is a lack of. I don't know. The foresight is kind of crazy.
And everybody's reporting. They're like, yeah, we're still moving forward. We know the backlash, all this kind of stuff. We're still going to move forward. We're just going to see see what happens and stuff, and they're gonna it's gonna be a wonderful mess.
It is gonna be a mess
To watch in real time.
Yeah.
As Sony fucking explodes themselves.
I never would have thought that they would have pulled the trigger this harshly. I think everybody kind of knew that things were heading towards like a more digital future. I mean, even with them announcing that GTA 6 was going to be a digital only game.
Well, it's digital only for now. GTA already said they're putting discs out next year.
They are going to do a disc?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
They already said that.
It's
my theory of GTA 6 is that it's the same thing that happened to Cyberpunk, is that the investors are forcing them to put it out in November, so they can't get the disc manufactured in time because they want to capitalize. Hi, Sparks. They want to capitalize on Christmas time.
Oh, probably.
Otherwise, I mean, Rockstar as a company probably wouldn't have cared when GTA 6 actually comes out. Comes out in November or whatever. Comes out in March, whatever. It's gonna make its money.
Yeah.
Like, they don't fucking care. It's the shareholders that are like, but we can capitalize on the holiday season and stuff. Yeah. So, but yeah, Rockstar's already come out and was like, hey, we're gonna have a disc version of this. Just gonna come out next year.
Huh. Weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know that they came out and said they were going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Seems a little strange, but yeah, I think everybody still kind of knew that this was gonna happen one way or another. I think even like Nintendo has kind of been doing some weird shit these days when it comes to digital games, where they're making them like $10 cheaper than buying a physical.
Oh, right.
Where it seems like everybody is kind of moving towards the idea of like, well, what if we just stop making these things?
Yeah.
Because I think you kind of see less and less games on store shelves anymore.
True. I mean, this is true.
But yeah, I just didn't think because even like I don't really do a whole lot of physical games too much anymore, but
wow.
It's mainly just because I haven't touched my PlayStation in forever. And the platforms that I do play on are like PC, which is like I don't even have a disk drive on my computer. I just use Steam.
I don't have one on mine either.
Even on like Nintendo stuff, I don't really buy cartridges anymore. I just do digital games on the Switch too.
Wow.
But that's also just because I've kind of come to the conclusion that if I'm going to have a handheld system, the last thing I want to do is carry a bunch of fucking cartridges with me when I want to play something. I just want to be able to load it up and play it.
Wow.
That's where I'm at in my life.
Wow.
And I understand.
So what you're saying is you're the problem.
I understand that I'm the problem, and I will crucify myself on the cross willingly. So in the comments, however you want to do it.
Yeah.
You pick the day.
Yeah.
I'll even help you carry the lumber.
Yeah. Good.
And I will pay for my sins. But I'm not going to apologize because this is just where I'm at. And I don't want to lug this stuff around anymore. But I still
lug the stuff, acting like it's a fucking whole set of weights or something like that. I gotta lug this shit around. Oh,
I gotta carry. It's like, I want to. What if I'm gonna play like Mario Party, or what if I want to play Zelda? Like, whoops, I gotta find the fucking cartridges, and then like, whoops, I dropped it.
You have to organize your shit.
My shit is organized. I just don't want to carry it.
Wow. God damn.
But I do still. I mean, I mainly only
lazy some bitch.
But the difference there is I still like only use like Blu-rays and other like DVD formats for watching movies. And that I still keep like physical things for. So the idea is there's not.
You watch movies.
Yeah.
You watch movies by DVD and Blu-ray, but a little cartridge. That's too much.
Well, the difference is I don't like the streaming services where I want to watch a thing and then I log on there and it's like, we took it off. So I like having the physical thing because I know it's always there and available.
But guess what? By having only digital Switch 2 games, you're incentivizing Nintendo to be like, well, if we just take it off, it's gone.
Well, I don't think they would ever do that to Mario.
I'm just saying. I could easily see a day where they're just like, well, look at that. Mario 3D All Stars. They're like, this is only out for 6 months.
Well, that was a special thing that was for like an anniversary thing that they only.
They
did.
could just say it's for a special thing that when they released a new Mario, it's like, well, this new Mario is only going to be out for a year, and then we're going to take it off.
The difference is they telegraphed that was a thing they were going to do, not like a thing that's like they kind of pulled the rug out from people and said like, hey, this thing's gone now. Like they kind of already mentioned ahead of time. It's like, hey, once this date hits, we're going to stop making these things.
I'm not saying that they will. I'm just saying
they absolutely
this is the apocalyptic future that I'm worried about when it comes to games media.
Oh, I'm not saying it's right. Yeah, I definitely like agree. Like they should have the physical option.
No matter what, there should be a physical option
as a thing for people that like that, and want to have that. Video games are weird now in that even like the physical disc doesn't actually guarantee that it's going to work when you put it into the console. And I think that's kind of also part of the problem is just like game preservation has been at an all-time low nowadays compared to
true
than it ever has been before.
I agree with that.
And even now, it's like nowadays is like most of the games that they release on the Switch 2 nowadays, or even most games, like the game's not even on the cartridge. It's another like it's just like extra like step that you have to do because when you put the cartridge in, you still have to like install the games. Like you're not really incentivized regardless to buy the physical thing. It's just,
that's from Nintendo though.
Yeah,
well, a lot of the third party games they have the game on the cartridge.
Yeah, it's definitely not like everything.
Right,
that's for sure. But more so than not, it is just like a game key card that you see nowadays. It's definitely more consistent and it's becoming the norm. Even PlayStation does that, where most of the game is not on the disc. It's just a digital thing, then you install the rest of it after the fact. Which is bad.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it's good.
Yeah.
If I had my preference, everything would just be on the disc, and you would just have it, and you can put it in, you can play it whenever you want.
Well, here's the other part. Here's the other part of it, too. They're going to go all digital. That the PS6 is going to have to be like a 5 terabyte hard drive.
Yeah.
SSD. We already know how expensive those are.
Yeah.
So you know what? You know what I can say to that? Fucking SSD's nuts. You fucking suck my big ass chode because I'm not paying $1,500 or whatever the fucking PS6 is gonna be for me not to have a disk drive, and for that 5 terabyte thing, maybe what is that gonna allow me to save like 10 games?
Yeah.
On it with 5 terabytes because everything's digital, so I'm gonna have to download everything fully.
Yeah.
Like, and then I don't even necessarily own it. It's bullshit.
Yeah. I think I'm also kind of getting to the point where I'm kind of sick and tired of console generations and like always having to buy like a new box. And there's something nice about the consistency of like I have my PC every so often, every like 10 years or so, I have to swap my graphics card out. But it's like I don't know, having to swap to a new thing and like worry is like, well, my old game's gonna work on the new thing. I've kind of hit like a fatigue with it in general. So even if the PS6 came out and all that stuff, I don't even know if I really need one because it's not. I mean, Naughty Dog has not released a proper new video game on the PS5, and it's been out for coming on pretty close to almost 10 years now. And
that's been 6.
It's been 6. But even then, it's not like that game, their new game, Interspace Galactic or whatever it is, is going to come out anytime soon.
Interstellar.
Is that what it's?
I don't know.
It's like intergalactic something.
Yeah.
The Heretic Prophet or something.
I don't know.
But it just seems to be the thing now where it's like, even when they have a console, it's like they barely put anything on the damn thing because the games just take so long to work on.
Right. Well, I mean... we're everything we're bringing up here. We're just showing like how many more issues there are with video game development, video game culture, video game media, and how we consume it. How much worse it's gotten since the I guess what I would say like the peak era was, which was like, you know, PS2, PS3, 360.
I think even PS4 was okay.
I don't know, man.
Really?
I
feel like these problems didn't really happen until PS5. Like there's definitely like digital games and stuff like that, but I mean like all these problems of like digital game, like physical games were still plentiful.
Yeah. But on PS4 and I already did the plane. I'm just gonna restart. All the issues stemmed from the previous generation, the Switch, the PS4, and the Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
God damn it. So like, while this generation is kind of like has been kind of the harbinger, like the previous generation was kind of like the initial call. Then honestly, we should have been more prepared for this. Where are these fucking planes at? Going into this generation. God damn it.
Yeah.
Fucking.
Well, that's interesting because we talked about in the last episode, like how like COVID kind of changed like a lot of things, even for like streaming and whatnot. I feel like even things like that kind of incentivize them to kind of go for this future, because then there's a situation where it's like, well, I mean, there's Amazon and there's ways to get this stuff, but it's like, I think that especially was like a time when a lot of people weren't leaving their house to do things, so a lot of people opted for more digital as like a means for getting and consuming content, instead of physical discs. And I
agree with that.
I think in a lot of ways, like even that kind of showed them, it's like, well, we may not need this anymore, and maybe we should start moving towards like this future instead of like having physical discs and all that stuff. And I think it's like it's again like it's a lack of like foresight on their part to think that the world was always going to be that way, or
right.
I think it's just a matter of circumstances that caused that to play out that way more than consumer preference. But,
them being like them having the audacity to think that digital, everybody's going digital now. So, well, did you ever think about it's because of this weird thing that happened that caused people to be inside so they couldn't go out and get the shit? And then sure, people were being forced to work at Amazon still and stuff, but like nobody was ordering their physical discs at that time. Nobody was going to be able to produce those discs at that time.
Right.
Like, it doesn't make any sense at all why they would just immediately assume, like, only a few short years after that, that's everybody's preference now.
Sure.
It's like, no. People still like physical shit.
Yeah, people do. I'm sure there are spreadsheets and data that would show that this probably makes sense for them in like a business standpoint. Because I mean, I'm sure that if they saw like a spreadsheet and they said, okay, physical sales still like significantly outweigh like digital sales, then I'm sure that we wouldn't be having this conversation
of course.
right now. But that being said,
well, even if it was like 40-60 and 60 was digital, or whatever, like still 40% of your sales.
Yeah, and I think the thing that I guess what I was trying to get at with all that is like that's good. I mean, it's from a business standpoint, it makes a lot of sense, but it does further like box people out,
right,
from being able to consume. Because we still live in a world where not everybody has an internet connection or like a stable one, and I mean, video games are only getting more expensive. If you eliminate the idea of having a physical disc, that means that if a video game is on a disc and it gets resold, eventually the value of that game starts to depreciate.
Right.
To the point where it starts to become a little bit more affordable for people that, can't afford to spend $70 on like a brand new video game.
Exactly.
And once you eliminate that, then you kind of make it a lot harder for, just like, average like families and all that stuff to actually participate in this medium. And it kind of prices them out from being able to enjoy video games, where now it kind of feels like it's a weird luxury to play video games. I mean, it kind of always was, but it was at least like an affordable luxury, at a time.
Way more affordable.
Now it's like
people are going to get priced out of it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I mean, there's even some days where I kind of look at it, it's like, man, can I even afford to fucking play video games anymore and do these things? And it's like, it kind of yes and kind of no. Like you kind of have to be like very picky about like what you can play and all that stuff nowadays. But
I can't even like I mean, honestly, when I think about it, like in terms of like new shit, like I really haven't bought a lot of new stuff. Have I bought like some old retro stuff recently?
Yeah.
Sure, but like the amount of like new games that I bought, way down.
Yeah, I gotta be like really excited about it.
Right. And because I also know that I'm going to be putting a huge time sink into it as well.
Yes.
So like, so it, you know, the money, the amount of effort I'm going to put into it outweighs the amount of money I'm going to put into it. So
sure. Yeah, I think which is like why nowadays I tend to wait for sales more than anything. But yeah, it's bad. It's not good. I think it will ultimately be like a negative for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Which is why I think they should have kept it. Or if anything, you know, I think there are ways that you can ease people into it. But I don't think that they have put in the work to actually make that to make the idea of an all digital future. I don't think they put in the work to ease people's fears when it comes to that stuff. Especially with the track record they have with even weird things like Concord.
Oh my god.
It's just like, I don't know.
Concord.
Again, I just don't think it was the right time for them to announce this, especially after the digital movie thing, because I think that is like more than enough reason for people to be skeptical about how they're going to handle it.
Right. I just, there's, you know, a lot of the kind of the mantra is no dis, no buy on online right now and stuff like that. I've kind of adopted that. I'm not, if it's not physical, I'm not gonna buy it. Like if I can't actually physically put the disc in, I just refuse to buy it because it just. Granted, I get, you know, with certain games and stuff, you know, they can manipulate it so that way, you know, even if you have the disc, you don't necessarily get to keep playing it or whatever. But, you know, the idea that I just don't really own something and it's just like this license and they can just take it away from me at any point, I don't know on that. I hate that room.
Yeah, it's not cool.
Yeah, I can't get behind. I can't get behind. And grant at that point, I really would be like, you know what? I'm just gonna go to Steam.
Yeah.
Like if the future really is everything's just gonna be digital and stuff, I'm just like, well, I'll just go to Steam.
I think that's kind of where I'm at now at this point.
So,
is like,
and frankly, I was having a discussion with a mutual friend of ours, and like maybe Valve was actually the smart ones, and they got ahead of it. That's what he was saying about, you know, the Steam machine. Even though, yeah, it's over $1,000, but like think about these things are only going up.
Yeah.
The price of all the parts and all this stuff that has to go into these things is only going up.
Yeah.
So the chances are the PS6 is going to be, if it's not that price, it's going to be right around there. And like
it'll probably be more.
It'll probably be more. And if that's the case, why not just get a Steam machine?
Yeah.
At that point, if it's not going to have a disc drive, like that thing's already been said to have comparable specs to like a pretty nice gaming computer.
Yeah, it's pretty comparable. I mean, even like the list of things that you can do on a Steam machine far exceeds like what you can do on a PlayStation. Because I mean, it is a computer, so by virtue, you can do whatever you want with it, and and play, well, in theory, whatever you want with it. They're not quite there yet, but they're getting closer and closer every day. Mm-hmm. And you know, the pricing thing for the Steam machine, that's not. I mean, it's not really Valve's fault. Because even they've come out and said, like, yeah, this is not what we, in an ideal world, this is not what we wanted this thing to be priced.
Right.
Like, they probably priced it as low as they could
realistically
reasonably get away with without causing an issue for their company. But at the same time, But
yeah, maybe they were just smart. They got it out as soon as possible. And then when people actually see what the prices of these things, these new systems might be or something like that, and they're like, well, why would I get that?
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't. So, you know, it's kind of like how what we were talking about last time is, people, change doesn't really happen until like the worst possible thing happens.
Correct.
A lot of times. And for me personally, I really hope this PS6 or, whatever this next generation is that Xbox and PlayStation are going to do, I really hope it just shits the bed. And I hope there's like real reform when it comes to gaming, because it needs it right now.
I hope so.
Because we're in a real dangerous spot, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, it's all going to get smaller. And I think it probably has to. And yeah, I've said it before, but the only way they're actually going to make any change is if it hurts them in their pocketbooks. And
of course,
if the people out there in the world truly believe what they stand by, then they won't buy a PS6,
right?
And they'll let that speak.
And I hope they do.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get one, so
yeah,
it's not going to have a disc drive. I ain't buying it. So.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I don't think I booted up my PS5 in I don't think I booted it up once this year, other than to put a movie in.
Wow.
I don't think I've touched it.
Wow.
That's just made it because I play games on PC these days. Because it's just nice. I can play games on my PC that came out in 2000. No, fuck that. They came out in 1998, and they still work.
But I can do that with all my discs.
Not on the PS5.
Yeah, but I have other systems.
Yeah, but I'm talking mainly as you have a platform, you stuck with that platform, and all the games that have come before, they still work on that platform.
Yeah.
My problem is I'm going to buy a PS6, and I'm not going to be able to put a PS1 game in that PS6 and have it work.
Well, you're not going to be able to put any system. You're not even going to put a PS6 game in there.
Well, that's the thing is every generation comes with a hard reset.
Yeah.
Where it's I got to buy new controllers, I got to buy all this new shit and all these new accessories and all that. And at some point, it's just there's just something nice about being able to be I boot up my PC and I can play literally anything that I want. There's no hard reset where I have to rebuild my library and all that.
That's not necessarily true, though. There does become a point where your PC, you have to get new hardware for it in order to play newer stuff, because then your PC just can't run it. Sometimes. So it's not necessarily true. My whole thing with PC is I don't like the idea of me being able to me having to put in, or me booting up a game and then me having to mess with all the specs and everything like that just to get it to run.
Sure.
Just to get it to run perfectly at 60 frames per second, 120 hertz, blah, 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 whatever. I just want to be able to. I just want to play the fucking game. I don't want to mess with settings just to try to get something goddamn to work.
Well, kind of going back to what a mutual friend of ours was talking about with Valve and the Steam machine is yes, that is annoying, and it does come with a lot of problems. That being said, I think it is easier to play games on PC now than it ever has been.
I'm sure it is.
In a lot of cases, I mean, the things that Valve has done specifically when it comes to the Steam Deck and the Steam machine is it kind of handles all that shit for you.
Which is good.
When you boot up a game, and it's missing anything, certain QuickTime drivers or anything like that, the machine does kind of just know, is okay, you want to run this thing, cool, you need this, this, and this, we'll just take care of this for you, and we'll set everything up in a way that makes it more console-like.
Right.
And even the PC experience, nowadays, when it comes to I mean, most computers now you use NVIDIA graphics cards and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's a lot of the times nowadays, they kind of automatically detect the game that you're playing, and they're okay, we know what you have in here. We can just kind of do the work for you. Does it work every time? No. But I do think it nowadays it works way more than it ever has before. And a lot of the guesswork for somebody who is maybe not the most acclimated to the PC space, I feel anybody can reasonably get into it now and be able to have a pretty good experience. And there's even a lot of tools that have come out nowadays that make it so, even the highest spec games, they can run pretty damn well on like even like the most like standard of like graphics cards and processors and stuff, where you can get like a more consistent and stable experience nowadays, and you don't have to make it a thing. Because like, I mean, my graphics card, I haven't changed in like 5-6 years, and it still works for even like the latest games and whatnot. So I do hear that frustration when it comes to playing games on PC. That being said, I do think that a lot of people are out there doing like good work to kind of kill that argument and make it more reasonable for somebody with very little experience to get into it and play the games they want to play. Which I think is only going to get better, especially since like Valve is doing the work with the Steam machine, and I think that device is it's not the Steam machine, the Steam Deck specifically. I think is a really great device and is really good at allowing just people that don't want to deal with the bullshit that comes with PC stuff and then just have a good experience. So I'm hoping they continue to do that work.
Well, I hope so. 'Cause hell no, do I want to get to a point where I'm playing some latest and greatest, I don't know, Persona game or something like that, and then I gotta mess with the fucking specs just to get it to work on my PC.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's the same thing with consoles. You still occasionally will get like a game that comes out and it's just a little bit fucked.
Well, yeah, of course. That's Bethesda. That's a Bethesda game.
That is a Bethesda game. Or you know, you'll get the nonsense. I mean, Microsoft is the fucking kings of this, but Windows will put out an update that like kills like performance on video games for no good reason other than they just decided to make a security patch that killed the NVIDIA drivers and all that stuff, and then you got to wait for them to release things to make games run stable. That still happens too, and it is annoying when it happens. But yeah, it's not a perfect ecosystem by any stretch, unfortunately. But yeah, it's sad. It sucks to play, which is ironic because I think now my dad of like any and all era to finally say like, oh, you know, I have some free time now that I'm working from home. I want to learn how to play video games and all that stuff. And he bought a PS5, and I'm like, brother, you couldn't have picked the worst generation to hop on, because then I had to explain to him, he's like, well, I put in Call of Duty and like it took up either all the space or it wouldn't run because it couldn't verify the license for this game. And I'm like, dude, I don't know that I can like reasonably like explain to you like how this works anymore, because like frankly I'm still trying to wrap my head around how all this works.
God,
so it's just mess. It's really it's a shame.
I don't know. Well, one thing I will say, I've been seeing the numbers on retro stuff and just physical game media ever since they put that out, and I tell you, that shit keeps going up in price.
Yeah.
So at least, I mean, it sucks for me when I want to go out and, you know, buy a game that I haven't had and add it to my collection or whatever. Yeah. But at least for the stuff that I already have, look pretty good.
Yeah.
There was a short period of time where it did seem like the retro stuff was starting to crash a little bit, and like they were going down in price. But now it seems like it's caught a fever again. So
it has caught a fever. Every so often, I'll check the Game I app and be like, well, got myself a retirement fund that I've slowly been accumulating over the years. So we'll see how that all plays out. But yeah, I think that is like another thing too, is like, yeah, I think weirdly enough, I think this has been happening a lot more and more nowadays with like video games becoming so scarce and getting more expensive, is like you're finding a lot more people that are going back to like the games that they couldn't play on like the PS1, PS2, and PS3, and like choosing to play those over like the latest and greatest video games. It's like, there's a lot of fucking video games out there. Like you really, if you were somebody who is getting to video games in the year of our Lord 2026, and you said, hey, I want to experience what it's like to play video games, you could go the rest of your life playing everything that has come out from like the 90s up until now, and you could probably get away with never buying a game on a PS5. There's so much shit to play that you can sit down and spend your time with, and you can still have a great time.
Very true.
So that is nice. Also, emulation, hell of a thing. It works really well. If you really want to go down the road of not spending a bunch of money on like hardware and buying discs and stuff like that, there's a hell of a scene out there for you nowadays. So, not saying Not saying that I for legal reasons, I'm not saying that I support it. But if you wanted to do it, there are options. There are options.
Yeah, there's options. I still prefer just having the disc.
Yeah. There is a novelty. Look, I am still the kind of person that will gladly hook up a Dreamcast, a PS1, or an N64 to a CRT TV just to relive the nostalgia of a bygone era. And I will gladly do that until I am dead and in the ground.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that.
Bye-bye.
I thought he would stop.
So, yeah, I definitely see the appeal. But I'm also kind of satisfied with where I'm at now with the games and stuff that I have. I'll still pick 1 or 2 games up if I happen to cross them and all that stuff. But I haven't really done the whole like video game hunting thing in quite some time.
Wow. It doesn't go out and look for games anymore.
Not as much. I mean,
he's just getting older now. He thinks just because he's 30 now, he thinks I'm wise beyond my years. I don't need that. I can just live off the land.
I can live off the land. I yearn for a days where I can just grow a beard, sit in a walker, and then just complain at the youth who don't know any better.
Yeah, you don't know.
These fucking
better.
Fortnite kids, the Roblox generation.
So what? Here's a interesting question for you. Let's say one day the people at Epic are just like, you know what? I think we're good. And they just close up shop, and there goes Fortnite.
Man,
what do those people do? Because guess what? It's gone. It's fucking gone.
That is a scary thought.
It's never coming back. All that money you spent on it, it's gone. You don't own Fortnite. Sorry.
I think those kids would just stop playing video games. To be honest with you, I don't know that they would go anywhere else. Because, like, I mean, there's nothing stopping them from playing anything else right now.
Right.
Like, I think they might just, like, call it a season and not adapt to any other games or online things unless a Twitch streamer randomly, like, picks up some random other online multiplayer thing. I think they may just like stop playing video games.
They might just stop existing.
They might. I think that
just like the girl from Obsession.
Yeah.
When Bear leaves the house, she just stops existing in the she doesn't know what to do.
Yeah. She just kind of stands there.
She's throwing up and shitting herself.
Oh God. Man, yeah, I think that might be them. I think if Fortnite dies, they all the people in the world, they might just like stare at their computers like drones, and they just like live in their own feces.
Yep. Well, they already do anyway.
They kind of already do, yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird that the Warcraft crowd, they became the Roblox and Fortnite crowd.
Yeah. I feel like the Warcraft crowd are more respected than the Fortnite and Roblox crowd.
Now that's a scary thought.
Yeah. That is kind of scary.
Man, what a weird thought. Because I feel like that future is becoming way more possible now. And maybe it's just because I don't work in a video game store anymore, and I'm not surrounded with a culture, which I'm perfectly fine with. I feel like I just don't hear people in the streets talking about Fortnite anymore like they used to.
Right. It's true. Well, I think it's mostly just because it's just become part of the lexicon.
Yeah.
That everybody's just kind of like, everybody just kind of takes it for granted.
I don't think people consider Fortnite to be a video game.
Yeah, I think for some people it's just a way of life.
It's
honestly,
just Fortnite.
It's Fortnite. It's Fortnite.
This is the thing that my friends gather on, like a social platform.
Yep.
They don't treat it like a video game.
I don't think they do. I think it's more like a social platform than it is anything else.
Ugh, gross.
Fortnite.
Fortnite.
I love Fortnite.
Fortnite. Yeah, I wonder. So here's like another question. Mm-hmm. Do you think there'll ever be a time where like a game can exist and be like the hottest game out there that is not like an online game, like
it's
a Fortnite?
Not an online game.
There used to be a time when you could put out something like a Halo 3
Yeah.
And it would completely fucking dominate the world where it's like everybody's talking about it, everybody is playing it. This is just a thing where everybody is just consuming this thing. I feel like that doesn't happen anymore, and things are very fractured as a result. Do you think there will ever come a time where like the games like Fortnite and Roblox, they no longer become the norm, and then it kind of goes back to like these like single player experiences?
I don't think so. I only say that because I feel like no matter what, I mean, we would pretty much have to like shut down like online servers altogether for that to happen, I think. Cuz I can't imagine yeah, I just can't imagine it being possible that a first-person game that has no online capability whatsoever could like it can do absolutely very, very well, just like the latest Resident Evil. But like I just don't think it can, and it might even dominate for like a week or something like that. But I just don't think it can like ever overtake like an online community, like a Fortnite or something like that.
I feel like at this point the bubble is just too big.
Yeah. So
like any day there's like over 1,000 video games that just drops.
Right. That's kind of the other problem too, is the field's just so oversaturated. It's not literally like, oh, all the games that are out are just at Walmart right now. It's like, no, that's only like a fraction.
Yeah.
So
I feel like even these days I have like such a hard time even like finding new things to play or new things to get excited about because I just don't see them.
Sure.
And maybe it's just because I don't pay attention to those things as closely as I used to. Because I mean, in general, these days, I'm not really like as active online as I used to be.
Wow.
But I feel like there used to be a time where even before the internet kind of became this big thing, I was still always like very acutely aware of like the things that were coming out. And I always knew like what I wanted for Christmas or something along those lines. And even now it's like, I don't know. I don't really know like what is coming out that I'm like really excited about at this point.
I know one game.
What's that?
Beast of Reincarnation.
Oh yeah, I am excited about that one. That one seems cool.
That comes out on Tuesday. Haha. You thought there was nothing.
Well, yeah, I guess. I feel like a lot of times now games just kind of come out.
No, that's true.
There's not really like that anticipation or hype. I think like the closest that the world has ever come to that nowadays is like Grand Theft Auto. And even that is not a thing that I'm even like particularly excited about to begin with, but it's like I feel like games don't really get that like hype anymore where like people are like actively talking about it for years on end.
Right.
Until they finally come out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. It's, I mean, even like once GTA is out and stuff like that, I think the hype itself will be gone for the game.
Maybe.
Because it's out. It's like we have it now.
Yeah.
So like
as far as games that could take the world by storm, that's kind of the only one that I can think of that even stands a fighting chance.
Right. Yeah, I agree. I agree with that.
Like even like the idea of like a new Zelda or a Mario coming out, it just seems like that, like even that's kind of punching above its weight a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Granted, we still don't know what the fuck the Ocarina looks like or even what they've even done to it. And that comes out this year.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? We saw like a full trailer for it, right?
Yeah, we got to see Link's fucking head and his hand. He did a little twitch where the Triforce symbol popped up.
Exactly. Like, that's all you need.
Yeah, that's all I need.
Yeah, that's all you need.
It's going to come out. It's going to be a third-person shooter.
Exactly. It's going to be great.
It's going to be the Fortnite killer.
All right. I got to remember how to do treetops. This is between this one and Wizard's Peak. These two are like insanely ridiculous because I gotta get over there.
See, when you were talking about like difficult levels and you were talking about Wizard's Peak, this is the one that sprung to mind of like
Okay, so I gotta go up there.
complicated or
Yeah.
just like overly difficult to complete. Not really difficult, but you know, just like you kind of have to think outside of the box a little bit.
Yeah. I think it's like, is it this, and this, and then this,
Ooh.
and this. There we go.
Oh, well, look at that.
There we go.
Pretty good. Whew. Pretty
I had to reach back into my dome to remember how to do this. It's been a minute. Just to rescue Jed. He's got an eyeball on his necklace.
Yeah, he does, and on his head.
Yeah, well, you could have found an easier spot to get stuck.
That's what
I
I'm
agree with
saying.
Tom Kenny.
That's what I'm saying. Man, it's weird hearing Tom Kenny's voice.
And it's not SpongeBob?
Well, it's not SpongeBob, and it just sounds like you can hear the age,
Yeah.
and it just kind of breaks your heart a little bit.
Oh.
It's like when I see clips from Modern Simpsons, and I hear like the voice actress for Marge, and she just can't do the voice anymore, and it's like, that hurts.
Marge.
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 Yeah, and I feel like even like Dan Castellaneta, like even sometimes he has a hard time pulling off the Homer voice.
I mean, it's kind of a weird, like, what he does in order to do the Homer voice.
Yeah.
He's like, he like contorts his face a little bit. And it's
Yeah.
very funny.
Or even now, it's like when I hear Bart Simpson's voice, like he never sounded more like an adult. Like at least like when it was coming out in like the 90s and stuff. It's like, okay, I can kind of see this as being like a little boy's like voice, but now it's kind of like he's so gravelly and stuff now where it's like, okay, kind of pushing it a little bit.
Well, I mean, all I hear is Sabrina Carpenter. I hear Bart anyway, so.
Yeah.
So.
That is also true.
Because that's her aunt.
That is her aunt. That's right.
It's crazy. Sabrina Carpenter and Nancy Cartwright are related. That's wild. That's crazy. Eat My Shorts is like in her like lineage.
Yep. It is kind of funny.
She should put that in a song.
She should put that in a song.
Eat My Shorts. That should be the name of a song.
It's honestly surprising that she hasn't gotten Nancy Cartwright to do like the Bart Simpson voice as like a cameo.
Give it time.
Just embrace the lineage. Instead, she's out there doing tracks with Madonna.
Yeah, who does that?
Who does that in 2026?
Jeez.
Why are you wasting your time with Madonna when you can be doing it with fucking Bart Simpson?
Right, exactly.
A real icon of this generation.
Why are you wasting your time on that relic? Jesus.
Poor Madonna. She deserved better than
Fucking
that.
goddamn Madonna's. They
Down
got
on these nuts.
literally widowy.
Oh, man.
Jesus. Also, that is speaking of
Speaking of Madonna.
aging horribly.
Whoa.
I'm kidding. I'm sure Madonna looks fine. I haven't seen a picture of her in a while. Holy shit! Somebody posted a fan photo of them taking a picture with Ariana Grande. Holy shit! She looks horrifying. She looks every day. She gets closer and closer, to look like Jack Skellington. Like, I'm not even joking. She is skin and bones. It is scary.
Yeah, it's not, I'm not particularly big on, judging somebody's appearance, but it's gotten to the point where it is kind of like, are you okay? That's what I'm worried. That's what I'm worried about. It's not even like,
Somebody posted online, and was just like, does her friends not tell her?
Did nobody stop and say hey, are you okay? Are you fine?
I mean, I think she looks like she weighs 60 pounds.
She does. She looks like she wears 60 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, I mean, you know, I don't like to tell people how to live their life, but it's also like at some point it kind of becomes like a health concern of like, like it's you know, it's all one thing to kind of take care of yourself and keep yourself in shape, but it's also like you gotta eat something,
right?
And it's like I don't know. Every time I see photos of her, I get concerned.
Yeah, I get worried.
It's like you gotta put something, some muscle mass on, or it's just not. It's not good for you in the long term.
It's not healthy.
It's not healthy.
Each time I look at her, I'm like, oh my god, it's gonna be sometime next year or something like that. We're gonna get a terrible headline that says like that he like or that she like died from like hunger.
Yeah,
or, you know, or like she just like her bones couldn't like handle it anymore or something, and I'm just like, oh please no.
Those are just not good for like sleeping habits and whatnot. Like,
no,
you just can't. It's just, there's so much that just doesn't. You just can't function.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that, but it is the thing that like I feel like people started talking about when the second Wicked Tua.
Oh, Wicked Tua
started popping up, but I feel like it's only gotten worse.
Yeah. Because I think that's when she went like really hard in the paint about it.
Yeah. And it's like at some point somebody's got to step in and say,
right.
"Hey, this got to stop. We gotta do something about this." But yeah, I don't know. I know she hasn't really. I mean, she kind of shies away from the subject, so she hasn't ever really like talked about it. But
I mean, she was a Nickelodeon kid, so
she was a Nickelodeon kid. And
who knows?
I feel like a lot of them are very much that way. I mean, Jeanette McCurdy has talked about this a lot.
Yeah.
Of like her, you know, body image issues and all that stuff, and you know, that a lot of that comes from just like trauma of her mom and all that, of telling her like, oh, you can't get fat, don't get fat, or like they're not gonna book you and all that stuff, and it's just like, oh, that's a rough environment to grow up in.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it was really hard, and I imagine that, like, you know, I mean, to some extent Ariana Grande probably had somewhat of a similar thing, because it seems like that's where most child stars kind of live that life, sadly,
unfortunately.
But yeah, I don't know. I feel like that, I mean, I guess I don't really know this for a fact, but I feel like that happens less and less these days. But I guess I don't know that to be confident that doesn't happen these days. I'm sure it still does.
What, the body image stuff?
Well, you know, like just, you know, I mean, the body image stuff definitely still exists.
Yeah, I was about to say.
More so, you know, child stars and, you know, people, you know.
Well, they don't need child stars anymore. They need AI this shit.
That's true. But I mean, after like all the scandals with like Nickelodeon, like the Drake Bell stuff, and you know, all these stories have like come out about, you know, child stars and their rough upbringings and all that stuff. Where I feel like nowadays, like, people are more conscious of that stuff and know to look out for it. Where I hope that it's gotten better.
Yeah,
but I guess I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I'm not tuned into that life anymore, so it's hard to say that if any of those kids look rough. I can tell you, it all went downhill once they thought, hey, I know, let's get Jake Paul to be in a Disney show.
Yeah.
And it all went downhill after that.
It all went downhill after that. Well, ironically, this kind of pops to mind because I haven't watched the Harry Potter show that they've been doing.
Oh.
But I know, like, there was a thing that I remember reading where they were essentially saying, like, man, it really sucks to shoot this show because things are so rigid now with, like, the kids. Because they're going to school and whatnot, and they have to work around their schedules, and there's just, like, rules and regulations put in place where they have to go to school, and, you know, they have those strict schedules where it seems like there's a lot more things put in place to protect the kids and keep them on the straight and narrow, instead of being like, well, throw away your childhood and all that stuff so you can be a star.
Yeah.
Where I wonder if that's adopted in other places other than just, you know, stuff like that.
Maybe. I don't know. It was all, I did see something about that Harry Potter show and about how, like, it sounds like nobody's having fun on it, which is kind of funny considering, like, I don't. At least from what I've heard, I've never heard Rupert or Daniel or Emma ever say anything like bad about their time when they were.
They seem to love it.
Yeah, they seemed to really enjoy it and seemed like it was like a family like situation or whatever. I mean, they did have like Maggie Smith and
Alan Rickman
and stuff like that. Which helps because you have good people around you, good adults.
It seems like in general, like a lot of the adults and even the directors like Chris Columbus and all that.
Right.
They all seem to understand like how to take care. I'm sure it wasn't easy, like working with kids and all that stuff comes with its own challenges, but it seems like they're all like very respectful and very patient with them. And you always hear stories of like even Alan Rickman was like he was even like playing with the kids,
right?
And all that
Yeah,
stuff,
exactly.
and like just trying to treat them as equals instead of a nuisance, which is nice. So, but yeah, I haven't really heard anything about like really bad experiences on the original Harry Potter sets.
Yeah.
So. But
Go away, mushroom.
That's another section down.
Another section done. We're on to Dreamweavers. This is actually the second to last.
Dreamweaver.
No, not that kind.
Oh.
It's not karaoke time.
Oh. But what if though?
Take it off. Take it off the list.
Fine. Taking it off. Scrubbing it off.
Yeah, thank you.
Fuck.
Maybe we'll get a song from Spyro next time.
Spyro song?
No, probably not.
Oh, shit.
But who knows? Maybe tune in.
Tune in next time on Spyro the Dragon.